at Michigan Tech right now to drop my younger brother off and set him up. One thing that I notice very distinctly is that the Indians gravitate towards the Indians, the Brazilians towards the Brazilians, the Japanese towards the Japanese, and obviously, right, because you've been pushed into this unfamiliar country and you are going to move towards what is familiar and old school for you, things that you can recognize, relate with. But I also felt that the wall then gets created by you. The Americans seemed very friendly, they seemed very reciprocative and extremely helpful. And it seemed that, you know, these people didn't even want to go up to them to ask them for any help because they seemed satisfied with just moving towards the people that are familiar to them. And that got me thinking, how do you deal in a social situation when you're pushed into a room full of strangers? And so today's episode is, what do you do when you're in a room full of strangers? Don't stare at your phone. As soon as you start staring at your phone, you're creating that wall and you're making yourself unapproachable. Put your phone down. In today's modern day and age, it's okay to smile and have eye contact with people in the room. People will slowly realize that you are alone, you don't have any company. And if they are open-minded, I think they will approach you and engage in conversation with you. It's okay if you've recognized a group and now you want to maybe approach that group. At that point, I think if you are going to start any conversation, you should try and maybe choose somebody from the same sex. You come across as a lesser creep, or you're at least if you're a girl, then you're playing it safe and you don't want him to think that you're hitting on him. So once you recognize that group and everybody in the group seems okay, they seem friendly, and you tell them, that I've been pushed into this social situation where I don't know anyone, chances are that people are going to start talking with you. One thing that I've always noticed when you've just been introduced to a new group of people, don't talk about religion and don't talk about politics. You don't know them, you don't know their opinions, and you do not want to come across as overbearing at the same time. Food and films, those are universal and they're always a hit as initial icebreaker conversations. Keep it safe, keep it simple, don't be too loud, and don't be too expressive about your opinions at the first go. Also, if you give people a chance to talk, ask them their opinions, ask them what they like, what they don't like. People love talking about themselves. And if you're going to let somebody talk about themselves, automatically they're going to like you because they're going to think that you're a great listener. And it's a great way to break the ice initially. When you're being introduced to a bunch of strangers, and it's very important that you shake hands, don't do that horrible nod and half wave. Those look like really retarded. Show people that you are a very confident person. Shake hands with them. If you can remember names, then man, that is like the most ace thing that you could ever do in a social situation. I'm really, really bad at it. Also understand that you are being judged by everybody, and that's okay. This isn't a job interview, but you are being judged. So be really careful about what it is that you say. Finally, if you feel like the conversation's gone off really well and maybe these strangers could be people that you could hang out with on a later date, it's perfect to add them on social media. Don't exchange numbers the first time because you again might come across as overbearing because you don't know if they want to hang out with you. So that's it from me. I hope that these have been some helpful pointers. And like a waitress from Scotland said to me once at a restaurant, that we don't have strangers over here, it's just people that we haven't met. Something that's always stuck with me, and I think it's a great piece of advice. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you again very soon. Ciao. Even if you haven't watched the show or you don't know anything about her, I would strongly suggest that you read this book. Depression is much more than just disappointment or a negative thought, or even a chemical imbalance.